Alrighty, so go ahead, lay on your backs, bring your feet as wide as your mat, let your knees turn in and let your arms rest open like a, not quite a, what am I thinking, Deb? Scarecrow, just a little bit more open. If you have a block or two and would like to use it here, you can just let your, you can let your arms rest on them as the knees turn in. Alright, so no stress here. Wherever you want to be is fine. And just start the breathing process of connecting. Starting to fill up belly, ribs, chest, stretching across the back of the body and from the top of the bottom of your spine. Just find a little stillness and peace. And observe the rise and fall of your chest and your abdomen. And just by observing it, no stress, no comments, just notice it. As you notice a lot of things that are going on around you without really making any comment about it. As the next inhale occurs, take your arms up to the sky so they're right over your shoulders, and then cross the arms and hug your shoulders as far in as you can. So some of you will reach to your shoulder blades, and some of you will just cross at the elbows or maybe even the wrists, and just give yourself a nice big hug. Begin to walk the feet in towards each other and take your, whichever arm is on top for you, take that same leg on top. Don't double bind it, just keep it up like you're sitting in a chair. And then draw the knees up towards the chest and pull everything a little bit closer together. Keep breathing, keep pulling the arms to hug closer towards each other, and keep pulling the knees to hug closer towards the chest. As you take this next inhale, open your arms like a V in the air. Undo your legs like a V in the air. Reach your hands towards your feet and your feet towards your hands, and perhaps lift your head and shoulders up off of the floor. So a short V, not a very big V. Pull your belly up and in. And then as you empty the breath, lower your head. Bring your knees together. Hug your knees with your hands. Place your feet down onto the floor. Switch the cross of the arms. So whichever arm was not on top is on top now. And it may be a completely different feeling. And cross the same leg on top as well. So same arm, same leg. Inhale. Exhale, draw your knees up. Maybe lift your head and shoulders up. Let the feet be relaxed, it's okay here. Inhale, release, head. Open the arms to like a V. Open the legs to a V. Reach your hands up to your feet and your feet towards your hands. And now, add a little bit more by lifting your hips up off the floor. Hold it there for 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips to the right, let your knees fall over to the left side. Maybe a little snap, crackle, and pop here. Turn your palms up to the sky. Open up your chest, shoulders. Inhale, return to the center. Shift your hips to the left and let your knees fall over to the right side. Try to relax your left shoulder towards the floor without overstressing. And here, from here, wherever you are, and don't worry if you have to move, roll around your mat, just roll over to that side and somehow bring yourselves up to your hands and knees. I'm just going to adjust my mat positioning for the camera and turn it around a little bit. So I'll move it this way. So come to your hands and knees, support yourself if you need to be, or pad yourself, I should say, if you need to be padded. And have your blocks, if you have them, nearby. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, hips and shoulders width apart. Inhale as the belly drops, arch your back, broaden your collarbones. And exhale, you could do this standing on, round your back, pull the belly all the way in. And when you come to the rounded spine, spread your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, drop the belly, big cow tilt, arch the back, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, round and curl, and really pull the belly button on towards the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, round and curl the spine. Inhale, find the neutral position that's between the two extremes. Take your right arm forward, but keep it on the floor. So line up the arm, the hand with the arm, thumb up to the sky, and then stretch it forward, up, and around, forward, up, and around. This time forward, up, stay up. Open the arm, palm faces away. Exhale, take it underneath the other arm, stretch the left arm forward, back of the head towards the floor. Keep your hips lifted in the air. For today, take your left foot behind you. Keep it on the floor or elevate it. And then choose to keep your arms as they are, or any other position of the arms, maybe bind, or just find some stillness wherever you are. Nice, easy. Okay. Good. Now, take your left leg back to the floor. Keep the leg straight. Bring your left hand by your face. Right hand back by your other side. Lift the left leg off the floor. You can do this on your side row. And turn onto your right side. Right arm down, left arm up. Stretch the left arm to the sky as you rotate your torso to the left. Lengthen out of your hip. Find that space. One more breath. Put the left foot on the floor. My back's going to be to you, so I'm going to turn around for a second. Put your left foot to the floor. Rise up to standing. Arms up, shoulder height. Inhale. Hinge to the left side, left arm down, anywhere but your knees. So you can put your hand, if you want, on a block, if you have a block, on its highest height. Or just lean over, put your hand on your thigh. Some of you will reach your shin. Some of you might reach your toes. And as you do that, spin your torso forward. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. Inhale. And exhale. And then rise back up. Inhale, lean to the right. Exhale, bring your right hand back down, left arm up, left hand behind your head. Open up your shoulder torso. Bend the left knee into the chest, round and curl. Extend it. So again, you can do this side lying. Two more. Exhale in. And extend. One more. Exhale in. And extend. Place your left foot back on the floor. Rise back up. So I'm going to turn this way again so I can be in the right same place as you. Left hand on the floor. Left leg in the air. Right arm forward. Thumb up. Pull the belly in. Reach the foot away. And then bring the knee and elbow together 3 times. Round and curl. And extend. Round and curl. And extend. Round and curl. And extend. Hold here. Lower the arm. Lower the leg. Open your knees and push your hips to your heels. Child's pose. Reach your arms forward. Pull your hips back. Inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees. Knees under hips, hips under shoulders. Press firmly into your right hand. Take your left hand on the floor, thumb up. And then guide it up and around 2 times, big circles. Just open up, and on the 3rd time, open up the arm, turn to the left. Exhale, left arm under the right. Right arm reaches to the front of the room. Just going to move this down. Okay. So, of course, you can stay where you are. Or take your right foot and tuck it back behind you. And some of you will lift the right leg up. And some of you might take a bind of your arm or bind the arm and the leg. Whatever feels right for you today. Alright. So stability, less stability, more stretch. One more breath. Bring your foot down, keep the leg long. Bring your right hand by your face, left hand under the shoulder, and spin over to your right side. So your right leg is going to come up. Right arm in the air. Press firmly into the right leg and lift the left side of your torso up and in. Look down, inhale, rise up, shoulder height with the arms. Exhale, reach to the right and stretch up and over. Ooh, gosh, does that feel good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hinge to the left, right leg, right arm. So again, you could do this side lying. Right hand behind the head. Elbow to knee, knee to elbow, 3 times. Open up. Make sure each time you come up that you go back into this opening, right? You just don't extend the leg, but you really open the heart, open the head. Exhale in, and then open out. One more time. Release the right arm up. Then release the right hand to the floor. Spin it around. Right toes point down. Left arm points forward. Exhale, knee to elbow, elbow to knee, round and curl. 2 more times. Yeah, you can just do it on your side again, or you can be on your hands and a table. Extend it out. Bring your hand down, knee down. Open your knees as wide as your mat, toes touch. Child's pose. Reach your arms all the way forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Walk your hands to the right side, left hand on top of the right. Inhale, walk over to the other side, right hand on top of the left. And then come back up to your hands in the center. Use the arms, imagine you're pulling your mat towards your knees now. Just feel that without moving anything else. And as you continue to do that, tuck your chin to your chest, round your spine, come up to your knees. Ro, you might want to get up onto the bench. Put the knees back underneath the hips and pull that big cat spine. Inhale, come to neutral. Walk your hands a little bit more forward. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees, lift your hips. Downward facing dog with a pedal. Right side, left side. Come back to the center, lift up onto your tippy toes, engage your quadricep muscles. Pull your pelvic muscles up. Shift forward, look forward, hands underneath shoulders, belly pulls up and in. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, hips in the air. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Good, tap your knees down. Push your hips back. Come to your hands and knees once again and go to the forearms. Same thing. Elbows under shoulders, reach the arms forward. You could have your hands like mine with thumbs up, palms down, or you can have your hands touching. Lift your knees and your hips are going to go in the air. In yoga we call this dolphin. Shift yourself forward. Now walk your feet back a little bit so your shoulders are over your wrists. And then all I want you to do is glide forward and back through your shoulders, through your ankles. A couple of times here. Let me look at you. Good. And hold the center. Pull the belly in deep, 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 deep. Turn your palms to the floor. Shift your torso forward. Lower your hips. Release your toes. Find a good Sphinx pose. Pull the elbows in towards each other. Broaden your collarbones. Breathe. Inhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips, go back to parallel to the floor. Lift your hips in the air, walk your feet in a little bit closer. Again, dolphin pose. Lift your right leg in the air. Tap the right leg to the floor. Inhale, lift your left leg in the air. Tap your left leg to the floor. From here, work your arms straighter and push back to downward facing dog. Your hands may be off the mat. You can walk them back or when you need to. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more time. Shift to the plank position. Shoulders over wrists. Belly's in. And like we did on our forearms, shift forward and back. Just forward and back. Gliding like you're just gliding over water. Hold the plank. Oh, it's almost time for Thanksgiving. Lift your hips in the air, downward dog. Bring your knees to the earth and sit on your heels or sit on a block. And if you're gonna sit on a block, turn it the long way so it goes underneath the sitting bones. And yeah, row, you can just sit on the floor in any position that works for you. Alright, so place your hands on top of your thighs for a moment. And if you're sitting with your knees in front of you, or even if you're sitting cross-legged or straddled, put your hands at the point where your hip crease, where your hip and your thigh meet. And dig your fingers into that little crevice there and push down and forward with the skin. So you lift a little bit out of your pelvis. Inhale. And exhale. So that's also going to help you to just lift up a little bit more through the spine. Release your hands, but try to keep the action of the space, keeping the space between your hip and your thigh. Stretch your arms up over your head, interlace your fingers, turn the palms inside out, ribs down towards the hips, biceps by the ears. Inhale. Lift up and over to the right side as you exhale. Inhale to the center. Exhale up and over to the left side. Inhale to the center. Turn to your right side. Exhale, release your left hand outside the right leg. Right hand behind the back towards the left side. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And twist a little deeper, exhale. Relax the shoulders down. Keep your right hand behind you, and if you want to use a block in the middle of your 2 feet behind you, it's fine. Or just take your left arm up, turn the palm towards the face. Now spin your right shoulder forward. So we call it a modified camel pose. Breathe in, breathe out. So it's a heart opening, back extension. Inhale, come back to the twist. Exhale, turn to the center, bring your arms overhead, inhale. Interlace your fingers, the other finger on top, turn your palms inside out and upside down. Turn to your left side. Release your right arm outside the left leg, left arm behind your back. Palm down, lift your chest. Rotate your torso. And then take your left hand down to the floor. Right arm turns up, palm faces your back, and then pull your left shoulder forward as you keep extending through the spine. Inhale, return to the twist. Exhale, return to the center, arms up, interlace either finger on top. Take it all the way up. Bring the arms out in front of you. Pull your belly to your spine, round your spine like a cat. Inhale, extend your arms up, extend your spine. Exhale, bring your arms behind you on the floor, blocks, or anywhere else. Fingers in whatever direction works for you. And extend your spine again here. So pull your shoulders back, broaden your collarbones, stretch your chest forward, ribs down towards the hips, one more breath. Tuck the chin into the chest, grab a hold of the back of your heels. Bring your chest to your thighs, your forehead to your knees, and the crown of the head to the floor. So you should be into a tight ball here. Yeah, that's okay. Those of you with your legs behind you, choose to lift your hips in the air. If you have the block between your feet, squeeze the block between your feet. If you have your hands on your heels, pull your hands against your heels, round your spine. No weight on your head, so press into the top of the foot and the shin. Pull the belly button in and really round your spine. One more breath. Empty the breath, release the hands, release the hips, release the body. Child's pose. Inhale, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly roll yourselves up. Take your time so you don't get dizzy. If you're on a block, go ahead and slip it out to the side, bring it near you, and turn the long way of your mat with your left leg to the diagonal and your right leg to the inner thigh. You can have a strap nearby, you can have a block nearby, you don't have to have anything. If your right knee feels any pressure, you can elevate it onto a block, or if you'd like to elevate your hips onto the block, again the same way, the long way between the two sitting bones. Alright, The other thing you can do is you can open up the angle between the foot and the inner thigh if there's any, excess stretch. And so you can walk the foot out a little bit more. Take your left hand on the inside of your left foot or to the big toe or to the strap or towel. Just use your arm against your leg for a second. Put your right hand on your hip and open up your torso to the right side. Stretch your right arm up. Lean up and over. Press your right hip to the floor. And actually, let's do this. Let's take the right hand to the inner crease of the right hip. Remember where we just were a moment ago. Between your hip and your thigh. Press down there and open up that space. Your left toes are up. So there's action in your left leg. And then take your right hand back up and over to the left side. Reach as far as you can with your right arm and then keep thinking about, imagine that I'm pulling your right arm to the left side and I'm also pressing your right hip to the floor at the same time. Breathe in. Come back up. Release your hands. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. Now your torso is facing a little bit towards the center. Lean to the right side without lifting your left hip. Exhale. Inhale to the center. Lean to the left side without lifting the other hip. Back to center. So now you're just going side to side as if there were a plate of glass in front and behind you. Go a couple more times, tick-tock. This is a nice, in the old days they'd say a waist whittler. Go side to side. And then come back to the center on the next one. Reach your heart up. Take your right leg. Bring it out to the right side. Stay in the center. Hinge forward. Release your hands to the floor. Anywhere it is. Doesn't matter how wide your straddle is. Toes up towards the sky. Keep your head to tailbone long so there's none of this. I call it Shlumpasana. Walk your hands forward. Stop when you first feel it. Don't worry again how wide your legs go. Keep walking out while you keep your spine long. Once your spine starts to round, stop there. Stay for the moments. Keep pulling your collarbones forward and your hips back. Nice, guys. Looking good. One more breath. Walk back in the way you walked out, nice and slow and controlled. Bend your left knee, bring it to the inside of the right thigh. Take your right hand to the inside of the right thigh as well, or towards the ankle. Left hand start on your hip. Press it down, give the space, and give the opening. And as you do that, rotate your torso to the left. Keep your right arm, nice Maria, and take your left arm up and over. Good. Reach, reach. So your hand might touch the foot, the toe, the inner thigh, a strap. Use your arm to push you open to the left. Drive your right hip to the floor. Good. Use the inhale to come up. Arms out, hands behind the head. Exhale, lean to the left side. Keep the right hip rounded. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the right side. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale to the center, to the right side. Good. One more round each way. Come back in. Remember, you can only move side to side. And sit up nice and tall. Stretch the left leg out to the diagonal. Good. This time we're just going to rotate the torso to the right. Give it a little pulse. Come back to center. Rotate the torso to the left with a little pulse. Come back to center. Flex your feet. Engage your legs. Right side pulse. Come back to center. Left side pulse. Come back to center. Right side pulse. Come back to center. One more time left. Pulse, pulse. Come back to center. Lift up tall, release your arms to the floor. Keep your spine in this length, but you start to hinge forward. So walk your hands till you start to feel the first point of resistance. Stay there. And then decide if you can move a little bit more with the same length in the spine. Rotate the torso up, the hips up and open. The legs are very active. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. It's good to know our limitations, but sometimes it's good to, find those edges. And sometimes we move beyond the edge. Right? but there's no force, there's no, it's not a, we're not playing against each other. One more time. Walk out, and then bring it back in as you inhale. Bend your knees, shake them out, bring them together, and turn to the front of your mat, legs out in front of you. You can keep a block nearby. Sit up tall, move the flesh from underneath your sitting bones. You can just hold on to the block just for effect. You can push your arms against it so you have a little action in the chest. And Michelle, just imagine that you do. PT too, I can't tell. Now from here, I'm just going to turn this side a little bit. Pull your belly into your spine, C-curve your spine. Squeeze the block if you have the block. Inhale, lift up, roll over your sitting bones. Exhale, chin to chest. So a little dynamic action through the arms. Even if you don't have the block, you'll be able to do that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round and curl. Keep rounding and curling. So we're going to go backwards, but keep your legs really firm. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Do not miss the middle back to go to the upper back. So start, then get your waistline to the floor. I'm just going to come back here. And roll all the way down, stretch your arms over your head, reach all the way long. You can keep holding the block if you have it. Exhale, right leg in the air, lift your head and shoulders, reach. Inhale, everything down. Exhale, left leg in the air, up and reach. Inhale, lower down, slowly, slowly. Gravity's going to take it there. Exhale, all the way up, lift and reach. Inhale, lower it down, take your time. This is a way to work the core. Exhale, if you go fast, it's just momentum. Lower down, arms and legs on the floor. Reach, 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 reach. Flex your feet. Now draw your ribs down so your back is not so archy. And then bring the arms back up over your shoulders. Bend your knees. If you have a block, a bolster, a towel, a ball, lift your hips up and place it on that, or just, you can also support your hands underneath your back. All right, so just be supported, either with your hands, the block, or whatever you got. Take the right leg in the air, lift the left leg in the air to meet it. So, legs are over hips. Most of us really don't know in space where we are, and the legs tend to go closer to the face. But keep the legs right over the feet right over the hips. So you might feel a little bit more abdominal engagement here. Pull the belly in, ribs down. Good. Open your legs in a straddle, point and flex, roll the ankle. Bend the knees so the toes touch. Bring the knees together. Stretch the legs in the air. Open the legs in a V. Empty the breath and bring the feet together, and then bring the knees together. Extend the legs up. Open out. You can do this with or without support here. Bend the knees, touch the toes, bring the knees together, lift up. Now bend the knees. Keep the feet together, open the knees. Extend the legs. Flex the feet, bring them together. Bend the knees, feet together, knees open, legs apart, and come back together. One more time. Bend the knees, feet together, open the knees, extend the legs, feet up, and hold there for 3. Feet together, 2, 1, lower the left leg. Use your body, not your arms, to pull the leg towards your face. So we're going to do this in yoga in the next day or so. So instead of using your hands to pull, see how much of your body you can use. Right, left leg up, right leg down. Pull the left leg towards your face, really get some action there. And this time lower the left leg as well. If you're supported with your hands, You can stay supported with your hands, give yourself a little bit of an extension, or you can just lay down on the floor and let your legs stretch out in front of you. Soften your glutes. If you're on the block or ball or anything else, you're just gonna have a little bit higher, bigger arch in your back, and you may feel it may be too intense on your hips. So maybe more intense, too intense, not intense enough. And then you can stay like that, or bend your knees, lift your hips up, take the block or support out, articulate down. Let's all do this, and just bring your knees up to your chest one more time. Cross the right leg over the left leg like we started. Now double wrap it if you'd like. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right, let your knees fall over to the left side. Uncross the legs, draw your knees back to the chest. Take your left leg over your right once or twice. Shift your hips left, let your knees fall to the right, twist. Uncross your legs, come back to center, hug your knees to your chest all the way in. Lift your head and shoulders up and in. And then lay your head on the floor, stretch your legs out in front of you. Take your arms by your side, allow your body to completely surrender down onto the earth. Take a few moments here for some stillness, some quiet. Know that whatever you just did for your body, it was good. So pay attention to the signs, what's going on in your body, listen to it, and allow it to release. And if you're watching this from